You know what's ridiculous? When you jump in your truck and remember that it needed gas, so you didn't put any gas in it, and then you jump in the other truck and drive down the road just to find out that one doesn't have any gas either. Oh boy, story of my life. But that's okay, because I needed this truck, because I'm finally going to put the decals on this truck at Mr. Spencer Lilly's shop. So that's what's on the agenda this morning. It's cold out today, like 23 degrees. But next week they're saying it's supposed to be in the 60s. So anyway, we had to go get Spencer coffee and breakfast from Tim Hortons, because as usual, that's what it takes to get Spencer out of bed this early in the morning. Although he has been getting better. I think he's prepping for the upcoming season to where he has to get up early every day. Anyway, let's go get him up. So here's the truck inside the shop, and we are going to do the same as we did with the other truck. So the Countryside Lawn logo will go on the door there, just like the new one, and the phone number will go on the fender there, just like the new one. So that's pretty much where we're at. One more little look around at this truck before it gets the logos put on it. It's nice and dirty. Somebody thought it would be funny. I don't know if you can actually see it. But somebody thought it would be funny to write "Black Trucks Matter" on the door here. So that's been there for a couple days. But we never end up painting the inside of the tailgate. We had forgotten about that. But the rest of the walls on the inside are painted. And I got the GMC logo back on there, the Sierra logo back on there, and that's pretty much it. The back rack's back on, the rain guards are on, and then the logo's on the side right there. But that's about it. So anyway, Spencer and I here are going to we're gonna get these logos put on here, and this truck should, other than being 10 years older, will look exactly like the other truck. Somebody just pointed out to me the other day. They said, "You realize every one of your trucks are 10 years apart?" Which is very true. The dually's a 95. This one here is 05, and the new one is a 2015. I never really realized that.
I need a welding table to make a welding table.
You need a welding table to make a welding table. That's probably hot, Spence.
Sometimes the plasma cutter doesn't make it as hot as a thing.
Just a little hot.
Compared to a torch.
Right. Spencer's in the process of building a welding table, but he needs holes in these plates, but instead of drilling them, he's just putting holes in there.
I hate drilling holes. Drilling is worse.
He's putting holes in there with a plasma cutter.
Time for a new tip. Yeah, time for a new tip.
Uh-oh. Don't go hurting yourself now, Spence. Okay, so these ones are on. We did it the same way as the other truck. Here's the other side. Looks good. I like it, but I agree with Spencer that now this whole back section looks way too plain. It makes it look like everything is forward, which it really does. Which on the other truck, the new truck, I really don't mind. This one will be used more for work versus what the other one will. But I definitely think that I should do something more with this truck. So we're thinking of ideas, not really sure. I could put a couple services back here, a couple different things I offer, like lawn mowing, snow plowing, or I was thinking of just putting the website back here. I haven't really decided what I'm gonna do, but I gotta look at a few different ideas and plan it accordingly, because I'm thinking with the phone number on the fender, the logo on the door, and then if I just put the website or something on the side of the bed, that would look good, but then the back door is going to be blank, so it'd kind of look, you know, like a gap between them, and I'm not sure if that'll look all right or if that'll drive me crazy, and then I'm going to come up with something else to put on that door, and before I know it, everything's cluttered. So I'm not really sure yet. I got to think of some ideas. For right now, I'm going to leave it like this. It matches the other truck, but within the next few days, maybe a week, I might come up with other ideas for this. But what do you guys think? What would you do? What would you put back there? A couple of services, a website? Spencer and I have a few ideas, but just haven't made a decision yet. So all the mowers are ready to go for the season. The Toro Grandstand, other than being dirty, that one is, I do have to change the oil and sharpen the blades on that one, but I think it's probably good to go, because toward the end of the season I didn't use it, and I had sharpened the blades and just changed the oil on it. So I'm going to dump the oil out and change the oil on it anyway, but the blade should be good to go. The PowerChute's on that one already, and everything's solid with that, but I don't know how much I'm going to be using that this year. But as far as my main mowers, and I still have a full setup video to do, and I will get to that along with the trailers, because some things are getting changed with the trailers, so that'll all be included as well. But the main mowers, what I'm looking at for this season, going into this season, is going to be the V-Ride 2, of course, the Exmark Laser Z X Series, and the new Skag SWZT 36 walk behind. Those will be the three main mowers going into this season. I do still have the Walker MT, I just don't see me using it very much. I may use it more come fall, we will see. I have the bagging system for this. I now have the Exmark Laser Z with the bagging system for that. But the last thing I need to do to this is I need to put a chute blocker on this. So the PowerChute, this is the final PowerChute that I have. I've put one now on the Toro Grandstand. There was one on the Walker Bs, you guys know that mower's gone though. So there's the PowerChute on the Grandstand. You guys seen the video of me putting the one on the Skag walk behind with no battery, and how to wire that in if you don't have a battery. You see me put one on the Toro Grandstand, the Exmark Laser Z, the Skag walk behind, and now I'm putting the final PowerChute on this one. I would say it's the last PowerChute video you guys are going to get, but Spencer Lilly has agreed to try one out. He has 9 Wright ZKs. A couple of them are 72-inch decks, but all the rest of them are 61s. So there's one coming for that, and we will be installing that on his Wright. And he's going to try it out and see if he likes it. If he does, he's going to put it on all of them. But so we have that coming as well. But I got to get this PowerChute on this machine, and I have to change the oil in this one. I'm going to change the fuel filter in this one, and I have to take these blades off and sharpen them. I can tell already they're dull. They're not really beat up, no chunks taken out of them, but they are dull, so they need sharpened up, rebalanced. And then this machine, I mean, that's it. It doesn't need anything else. I only had this machine for a couple months last year, and we are at 184.7 hours. So that's what's on this machine, and then this one will be ready to go. I'm not going to show in this video an actual install of this, because I've showed the install on all the other ones, and it's the same thing. But I will show you complete when it's done, and show you how I wired it in and where I put the switch. This one is getting the toggle switch, not the foot pedal, and I'll show it to you when it's all done. So I got to get on this, and I'll be back in a minute. So everything is done on this. The blades are sharpened and back on there. I'll show you in a second which blades that I go with for the springtime cutting, and then but I got the blades sharpened, balanced, back on the deck. The deck was clean already. I scraped it at the end of last year when I washed this mower before I put it away. Changed the oil, changed the fuel filter. Up on the top of the console here, there's underneath the sticker, there are 3 holes already underneath there for different things you can add in. One's a bigger hole, and the other 2 are the perfect size for that toggle switch. So that's where I put the toggle switch. It's just down, up, That's it. Down, up. You can see it moving down there. Down, back up. Nice and simple. Fits perfectly. It should. I bent it. It better be right. But anyway, it fits perfect. It covers the opening of the deck just like I wanted it to. So that part in there is perfect. Let me show you guys the blades. So I have a ton of different blades, and I have blades stacked up here. Over there, I have a ton of blades hanging. Those are mostly Walker blades, but there are other blades over there. You guys know I'm not a big fan of like G5 and G6 Gator blades, so why do I have them? I use them on occasion, but it's pretty rare occasion. It depends. Like if I'm cutting down a thick field for somebody or a way overgrown yard or something, I'll usually throw them on. But other than that, these are medium lift short tails. I've explained to you guys in the past, my favorite blade is high lift short tail versus the long tail. Okay, these are high lift long tails on here. But I do use those in the heat of the summer when grass isn't growing too much. It helps pull it up so you get a better cut. And I usually use them during dandelion season, because unless you have that good suction coming up, you got to cut over dandelions 2 and 3 times, no matter how sharp your blades are. But these are what I usually run most of the time. Well, these are a medium lift short tail. I usually run the high lift short tails. That's what I run most of the time. What I have on there now, they are a longer tail, but the medium lift as well. I usually run them in the spring, the first few cuts till it really starts growing, and then I'll switch to these. I usually do not run, I know a lot of guys run Gator blades or some type of mulching blade in the spring. I don't. I've never had a need for it. On my old walk behinds, I did actually have a need for it. Those always cut better in the spring with the heavy growth running those. But ever since I got away from walk behinds and then everything else, sit down, zero turn standers, I've never had a problem running the short tail high lift regular blades. It shoots it out far, it fans it out great, and sometimes on a second cut, and with the mowers I choose to use, it cleans it right up. So as far as that goes in the PowerChute, I did it the same way as I did all the other ones. Get it mounted on there, and then I route it through with the deck all the way down, so I have enough slack anytime the deck is all the way down, and then I raise the deck up and down. On this one, I had to play around with the parking brake on and off because the control goes all the way under. On this one, the parking brake locks out the handles, so you can't move the handles. So that bar goes all the way across with latches to lock both sides, and the deck up and down. So I had to move those back and forth a few times, make sure they wouldn't get in the way. And then I did just like I did on the other ones. I used the existing wire harnesses that were under there and just followed them and ran the wires for the PowerChute right even with those. Keep it out of the way. I figure if those are out of the way, this will be out of the way. So it worked out well. Real quick, I want to touch on something. I had a guy text me this morning. He is one of the biggest companies in my area. It's not Spencer's company. I know I've mentioned it a few times, but he's one of the other biggest companies. And he called me this morning and said, "Hey, I just bid on one of your commercial properties." They called me and they said that they needed 3 competing bids this year, so they called me for a bid. He goes, "I did not know until afterwards that it was one of your properties, and then once I found out, I talked you up real big to them and told them they should keep you. But you know," he goes, "I'm really sorry." And I sent him a text back and I said, "Hey man, it's not personal, it's business." And that's the way I've always looked at it. If somebody calls you or calls another company for one of my properties, it's one of 2 things. Either one, they're being cheap and they're looking for a cheaper price, or 2, they're not happy with something I was doing and I was screwing up, and that's on me. So I said, it's not personal, it's just business. Do what you got to do, bid the property. If you get it, you get it. No hard feelings. I'm not mad. I told him, I said, the only way I would ever be angry is if you were actively going out and bidding my properties knowing they were mine, trying to take them from me. And that would change things. That'd be a little bit different. But other than that, I never get mad over something like that. It's just business. It's not personal. A lot of people take that stuff personal. I don't. I never have. I never will. So, you know, it just is what it is. But no big deal. I'm not even concerned. If I lose it, it doesn't matter to me either way. But anyway, so that being said, I hope everybody is gearing up and ready for the season. I know I am. I'm more than excited for the season with all these new mowers I have this year I'm running. Usually, you know, any of you guys have been following me for a long period of time know I start the year off every year with one new mower. Whether it's brand new or one I traded up over the winter or a project I had over the winter or whatever. But this year, you know, I didn't have much time on this, so it's kind of like starting off new with this mower, the Exmark Laser Z. Obviously, it's a new mower for this year. The walk behind's a new mower for this year, so I'm super excited. I'm more than excited that I have the same exact PowerChute now on every single mower, the same chute blocker on every mower, and that they are all PowerChute, which you guys know is my favorite. So one more coming with that. Like I said, we got one coming for Spencer's, one of his rights. We're gonna install that, and I'll film that as well. You guys will see that, but that'll be it for this one. This video is kind of all over the place today, but I'm just wrapping things up for the end of the week here. Make sure you hit that thumbs up, thumbs down, share the video, join in down in the comments below, down in the conversation, whatever you guys want to throw in there, and let me know what you guys think and what you're doing to get prepared for this season, and whether you guys have decided to try out any of these PowerChutes or not. But also, don't forget about the giveaway, guys. It's still counting down. You still got the month to go. A few people have contacted me already and said they called in and placed an order, and they said it was so easy, they were just great to work with. They can understand why I use that dealership for all my stuff. So definitely check that out. Don't miss out, guys. Like I said, you could buy something small, you could buy something big. It's worth it to get in on that giveaway. You're getting a free two-piece green touch trimmer rack. You know, you could be getting it for, you spend $20-$30 at the dealership to order stuff or whatever you spend, and you win a couple $100 trimmer rack. So why not do it? But anyway, I will catch you guys in the next one.